Katey, I am going to ask a question about your t-shirt because I've just seen the full extent of it. I run on insulin and Diet
And
Coke.
Diet Coke. Yeah, I'm a type 1 diabetic, so I
That's
have
what I
been.
asked.
I was 1. And my sister has been since she was 5, so
Okay.
grew up with it.
Yeah, I didn't because once I saw that the insulin on the t-shirt, I thought I don't think you'd be wearing that unless you're a type 1 diabetic. So that's why I wanted to ask because it's as a performer, this I would imagine and I obviously didn't know this and I wasn't planning to ask you about it. If you don't mind talking about it, because I
Yeah,
think as a
fun. No.
performer, that's a lot to manage actually, because your adrenaline levels can go up and down, your blood sugar levels can go up and down, and you were talking about the 4 sets on a cruise ship. So how, I guess you're used to managing it, but it would take some adjustment.
I think every diabetic would say that they get it wrong, like just at some point, like just for their entire lives. But it's not so much the sit down like piano gigs or things like that. It's more the energetic band gigs that I have issues with. And you can't really do much about it. The spike you get when you're excited or the adrenaline is kind of like a fake high. So, I mean, I'm sure everyone's fallen for it before I've fallen for it, where I'll have quite a bit of insulin to try and make my levels come down. And they don't until I get home from a gig and they plummet. And then, I mean, I've had a seizure before after getting home from a gig. Just the insulin kicks in and it kicks in really quick. But there's a CGM, which I've got on now. So that's a constant glucose monitor that will wake you up if your levels start going down. So that's just a game changer.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had heard about that before. And look, the Diet Coke, I'm there with you. Not a fan of Coke Zero. Don't understand why it's disappearing. Why Diet Coke is disappearing.
Yes.
There's a chance it will stay on the line then. That's
Yeah, I hope so. I thought it would be going away at some point, and I'm terrified. But post-mix Diet Coke has gone away, which I'm really sad about.
I think you might be the only person who feels that way about post-mix Diet Coke, but look, you can have it.
Oh man, I need to like start, a petition or something to get it back. I miss it so much.
Or maybe it's because post-mix Diet Coke tends to come in a schooner with about 10 gallons of ice. I don't know.
Yeah, there's that.
You definitely get a glass with ice and dip the Diet Coke and then shake it so it goes fizz down.
So the fizz goes away. Yeah, so it's kind of like a post-mix. Right?
Look, we have digressed into, maybe we call it a mocktail, a Diet Coke and shaking the ice. I don't know, but
culinary delights with Scarlet's way. Yeah.
And in fact, actually, the person I mentioned who's from Perth, who I do a few podcasts with, she's a Diet Coke fiend. She has to limit herself to how many she has a day.
Oh, wow. So how many is too many?
She's allowed 2 a day.
I mean, you got to live.
That means I'm not asking you how many you drink a day.
I used to drink 2 liters a day, and I've come down from that, but it got expensive. Really expensive, yeah.
Yeah, but as a diabetic, I can understand why it's not full strength Coke. So there you go.
That's a good thing. Yeah, not drinking too much sugar.
That's right. Look, I think we've ended this on a high. No pun intended. Because
I